Brianna.
And Quincy.
And thank you for coming back to our channel where we talk about hair,
makeup,
boys,
and the bullshit.
All of it. But today, we're coming back with something different. Okay, so always, of course, people ask us all the time about our hair, what we do with it, the products we use, you know, all sorts of things. A good question that I get all the time is like how long I've been natural, which I don't know, I guess kind of like all my life. Yeah. But today we're gonna go through our little like hair journeys because they have been interesting, they've been crazy.
Yes. We've been through it.
We've experimented, we've lived, we've laughed, we've learned. And what brought me this idea for a video today is I went to a Diva Curl panel, Pride panel event last Friday. And they had 4 queer influencers speak about their, you know, hair, femininity, how they express themselves. And a lot of them talked about growing up and, you know, how hair was a big part of, you know, their lives, their culture, a big part of how they presented themselves. And of course, a big part of how people see each other today. And it got me thinking, it like really spoke to me because as a child, yes, like hair was a huge thing. Of course, in my household, how I presented myself and everything. And growing up biracial, and my mother being white, who would mostly do my hair, it was a lot of crazy times. A lot of repeating hairstyles for years and years and years because she could only knew how to do so much. Luckily, I had an older sister who really knew how to do hair and everything, but I was such a tenderheaded kid. So she really tried her best, but there really wasn't much we could do. And hair was really something that like built me up as a child and really tore me down as a child, especially, just having, of course, a Caucasian mother who didn't really understand like how Black people felt about their own hair versus, you know, like how I should feel about my hair, of course, with it being longer and curly, and of course, with most of other people of color's hair. It may not have looked like that. So of course, as a child, you know, kids can be mean and all of that and tear you down just for even being jealous and whatnot. But anyways, yes, aside from the serious talk, let's get into it. So, okay, I'm gonna go first because, So yeah, we're gonna have pictures and everything. So I'm gonna start off with probably about 2010 to 2015 is when I really started doing my own hair. I finally I didn't do any more weaves for that amount of time because I was a little emo kid, and this is how emo kids did their hair back then. All right. So that was in the 9th grade, and that was when I truly was in my prime of that time. That's when I really realized how to do my own, because back then, or before then, I was getting a lot of braids, and I would get braids with, you know, colored weave and everything. So it was still cute. I was still giving my own personality, my own style, you know, doing something that was really unique. Not a lot of people did back then. But now, of course, I was going through, you know, going more towards this transition, and I was all natural. I was straightening my hair myself every week. Every damage. Highest heat damage you can get, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Split ends, I'm sure, because who knew about cutting? Who was gonna take me to get a haircut? Not my mother. So it was just a lot of, you know, not really embracing my natural hair texture. And at that time, of course, I thought I was gonna be an emo kid forever. So I was like, it doesn't matter. I can just straighten out all the curls, and the more heat damage I get, the better, because I don't want to straighten as much.
Gosh.
Oh no! Like I didn't want any curls, none at all.
Wow, well, I'm glad you didn't get a perm.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that, wildness. Yeah, but gosh, remember those little box relaxers you can get from the store and stuff? Well, I used to do a lot of those as a child.
Oh.
But yeah, so luckily, thankfully, I still have a full head of hair to this day.
Yeah.
But so during, you know, around that time, I also had a cousin who was a hairstylist who is also Caucasian, and pretty much all of the children in my family, cousins, so now are all biracial. But of course, we grew up with her being our hairstylist, so it was a lot of straightening, And around probably about 2013, 2014, I dyed my whole head red. I have a picture right here. It's not a good picture, but dyed it completely red. And then by that time, I would take the back of my hair and bleach it myself. All different colors, so like it'd be red, and I would have that part right there that was like blue, green,
oh
purple,
my gosh,
blah, blah, blah. I was dyeing it until it was literally breaking off in my hands.
Wow.
And that's when I realized, I was like, ooh, I probably need a cut. I probably need, you know, need to trim these splits. So I would start doing it myself. And I mean, I was like trimming my ends, I was trimming my bangs. I used to take like they're like razors for your hair to make layers, and I would just rip through my hair and all of that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that was formative high school years. And it was during that time where I started dyeing my own hair as well. So I was really into all of that, of course, like just hair, everything. And it was around senior year, and of course my hair was just broken from dye, breaking off everywhere, and I decided I should do a keratin treatment. And that's basically another chemical relaxer sort of thing. And I bought it from Walmart, and sure enough, on the back, on the directions, it says not to use it if your hair has been bleached in the last 6 weeks. Knowing me, my hair was bleached in like the last 2 weeks, and I was like, I'm sure it's fine. And I did that shit, and let me tell you guys, my hair was like mashed potatoes after that. It was like a head full of mashed potatoes.
Oh my gosh.
I remember I had a friend over, and we both were just like watching my hair drain, like just going down the drain.
Oh no.
Like washing out that keratin treatment, it just completely broke off all the hair that wasn't bleached. So I probably had like this much hair, like, you know, that was actually still like connected to my head.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a wild time.
Oh.
So then I was so scared to cut it because I'm so insecure about my head shape and the size of it. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to do a big chop, but I'll go ahead and shave the side of my head. And unfortunately, sadly, I don't have any pictures. If that tells you anything, it was not a good time. But yeah, shaved the side of my head, did whatever the hell I could with the other side. I think at this point I was getting weaves now. But yeah, and pretty much at that point, that's when I finally was like, you know what, I should probably stop. I should probably stop doing what I'm doing and just let my hair heal and breathe.
Wow.
And all of that. Yeah, so then I would finally get protective styles. I would cut off, you know, this side of my head periodically, let this side grow out, which it grew out, I think it's just a matter of about 3 years. Like grew out to basically like where it is now, of course, after like cutting it and stuff. But yeah, so hair, I feel like definitely like grows faster than you think it does. So for all you curly heads out there who doesn't think that their hair is growing, it is.
Especially when you use the right products.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So yes, that's eventually when I moved to Louisville. My hair was growing out. It was great, and I got an interest into cosmetology school because I kind of realized throughout that whole time in my life, my whole high school life, I hadn't been around anyone who knew how to take care of natural curly hair. So I was like, I want to be that person. At least at that point. Which, I mean, I still have an interest, but I just don't really like people as much as I thought I did. So I don't know how I would maneuver that. But yeah, so that's when I went to cosmetology school, and it was great. I didn't finish, but that was, you know, during the time that I was learning, you know, what hair was made out of, what, you know, what certain things and certain chemicals and products do to it. I was learning like all the curly influencers on Instagram and everything, and now I actually understand what I'm doing, and now I get it professionally done from someone who also understands what they're doing.
Yay.
And eventually I would love to get back to it and, you know, get back to like dyeing natural hair and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But I realized it's really hard to do your own hair. So like, and also like, there's something about going, to the hairdresser and just getting it all done and just the whole transformation.
Like having someone else do things for you and just like being
Truly.
pampered, and my nails done, my hair done. It's so relaxing. It's the best.
Amazing. Yeah. And I am definitely in very much need of some new hair doing.
Yeah, and usually it's worth it to just get it done professionally.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, because curly hair is curly hair, it will always be more expensive than, you know, if you were to go to maybe Caucasian or something of the sort.
Yeah.
Which also really sucks because I kind of feel like for hair to be such a big deal for a child, like when I was a child versus, someone whose hair was probably never a big deal. You know, they could just get up and go type thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's crazy how much it influences us and influences people of color and all of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, Quincy.
Wow, okay.
Yes. So
Nice.
that's a good about 10 something years of hair journey.
Wow.
And now I'm just all about health. All about hair
I'm
health.
definitely trying to see some of those pictures with all those colors.
I loved it. I
really
miss
funny.
it. My color of all time was purple, and I mean, like, it was so fire. I was fire. Like, I do low-key want to get it together, but of course it's so hard, like changing up your look when you're in the industry and whatnot.
Well, you know what? You can always get like those color hair waxes.
Yes.
That you can just put in when it's wet and then it just like dries up and
I really need some
fluff it out.
because I do. I miss some funky colors. Like that was so my thing for so long.
Yeah, you
Oh
should
my
do
gosh,
that.
Yes. I need to get back to it. I need to put a little bow in my head like I always do.
The bow with the bang.
I mean, it was such a vibe. Like, Lord.
It's so funny.
But
Wow.
yes, girls. So give us the rundown. Tell us how you are where you are now today.
I've been through it. So, as a kid, I'll put up a baby picture, but like my curls were just
It's so cute.
perfect. I looked like a freaking Cabbage Patch Kid. My curls were everything. And then eventually my mom allowed us to start straightening our hair and getting our hair done like that.
Oh man.
And that's where it started.
Yeah.
So, you know, me and my sisters, like we always used to straighten our hair.
Because there was nothing better than walking into school the next day.
Yeah, so true, so true.
Oh,
And it's just easier, it was easier at the time to deal with and manage and whatever. And so I got so much heat damage. Like after a while, I didn't even know like what my natural curls looked like. I didn't know I had natural curls. Like I didn't know what they were. Especially because back then, like, you know, we're just kids. Like, we don't think about that kind of stuff.
You literally have no idea.
Yeah, and I just thought my hair was just wavy. Like, I don't know.
Meanwhile, it's screaming. Each strand is holding on for dear life.
I know, it's so bad. And also my hair it was always long, like growing up. My hair has always been like down my back, like almost to my butt. It was straightened. So, it was super long. And then senior year, I did an ombre. Ooh. And I think that was the first color I put in my hair. I did like a cute ombre. It was super cute. It was super cute, but my hair still had that heat damage.
Yeah.
So like when it was curly, it just,
For sure.
And I couldn't really do that much else with my hair because I went to private high school. They didn't allow us to do any crazy colors or express ourselves.
Yeah, truly. Trust me, girl. My dad was trying to get me not to do it either, just from being a Jehovah's Witness. He would sit there and try. But no, I'm coming out. Okay. Yes. He tried to stop all this, but
yes. So when I graduated from high school, I was like, you know what? Before I head off to college, I'm just gonna get my hair cut. And so I got it cut. It was up to here. Actually, I got it cut and colored. It was like a really pretty, like brown slash ginger color. It was super cute. It was super cute. My hair was this short. It was, oh, I loved it. I loved it. And, but that's where like,
that's just where it all went down.
yeah, that's when it started.
Oh,
so yeah, college was interesting. So once I kind of got over that hairstyle, I wanted to move on to something different. And so I was inspired by Rihanna. Because back then she got this really cute, like kind of like a bowl cut, but it was like her bangs, like her hair was like across, and then it was, she had like a little strip of like a black color, and then the rest of it was like brown. And I'll post a picture, put a picture up of that look and then how mine turned out, because it was not it. Like it was cute. It was cute, but like, you know, when I have to wash my hair, like I'm not gonna wear it straight all the time. Also, I'm not gonna grab or like use a mini straightener just to do it, because that's just a lot of work. So
oh my gosh.
So after I got that done, I wore it for a couple weeks, however long it lasted.
Sounds like an interesting hairstyle.
Yeah, it was
curly-headed person.
It was cute. It was cute when it was straight. But
yeah.
Like after I washed it out, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this.
That's another thing I hate too. Is like, yes, God forbid you want your hair to look cute when it's straight and cute when it's curly cut wise. Like, oh my gosh, you really have to choose out here.
Yeah, for real. Okay, so then after that cut, I eventually was like, you know what? I'm sick of this. I don't want to deal with this anymore, because like some pieces were still straight from the heat damage, and then like my roots were a little bit curlier. So it was just a hot mess. Just such a mess. I couldn't do much with it, because you know, when it was curly, like I only had like one style for it.
Yeah, truly.
So after that, I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm going to I did let it grow out a little bit, but then after that, I dyed it blonde. Ooh. And I got so much damage from that. Oh gosh. It was so ugly when it was curly. Like it was a bunch of straight ends and like weird curly roots. It was just so awful, and I cannot believe I walked around like that. I cannot believe that.
Like, only I had some of the pictures of when my hair was completely trash after that keratin. Like, I still attempted, like, curly hair just to let it, like, heal. And it, oh, my God.
So, after that blonde, it grew out a little bit, and I decided to go back to dark. So I got a black dye. It was like one of those, like, I don't know. It was just a bad dye. I shouldn't have used it. Cheap, whatever. And so I dyed it, but it turned into this weird like black with a green tint. Oh, because the blonde was not like working well with the black, and apparently it just turns green. Yeah, I've had that happen. So it was a little green.
People were fighting through this hair time as well, I'm sure.
And so after that, I was, you know, I got tired of that. I wanted to change it. And so, or at least try to like cut off most of my ends because they were straight. And so I had one of my hallmates in college that lived on my floor. She has experience. She said she had experience like cutting her brother's hair. And so I found someone, one of my friends had clippers, so I used their clippers, and then she just, in my dorm room, we just cut my hair, cut the back of it, and let, you know, the front of it was a little bit longer still. And that was okay. I wasn't, you know, crazy about that. Because, you know, again, when I washed it out after, you know, it was straight, it was still, you know, still those damaged ends. That's what's getting me. That's horrible. And so after that, I was just like, you know what? Let me just get rid of it. So that's when I just cut it all off. Not this short, but like just a little bit left. a little bit of curl left. And and so just that whole process of just letting it grow out was just awful because I didn't know what to do. I'm limited with hairstyles. It was just a mess. And so I was patient with it though. I let it grow out completely without dyeing it again. I also did some protective hairstyles. At one point I did gray braids, which were really cute.
I did gray braids back in the day too. Okay.
Yeah, they were really cute.
Yes.
And so my hair, it was just like this curly afro, like
just madness.
Letting it grow out. Yeah. And so yeah, I let it grow out until like maybe here.
Okay, nice.
And then I decided to dye it again. I did not. Did I dye it myself? I did dye it myself. Yeah, but it's fine though because I didn't get damage.
Okay. Good.
Because I used coconut oil.
Oh my gosh, let me just throw this little point in here while she's looking as well. It was also by the time that I met Austin, I was still cutting my own hair, and I remember I did cut it really short after meeting him, and when it grew out, it was like the worst cut ever. It was like there was 2 layers, and like one was down here and one was up here.
Oh no!
And I didn't know how to fix it from after that. I was like, all my cosmetology work, like where did it? Because I thought I cut it in a nice afro shape, but it was real bad. And then that's when I finally met my curly hairstylist. Because it was that point where I was like, okay, I obviously need help with this. Because I was still just trying to like do what I could with my little 1 semester at cosmetology school. Like, I was trying to cut what I could and all that type of stuff. And yeah, it was just wild. I think I was still wearing protective styles though, so it's cool. I was just still letting it grow.
So my hair did the same thing that your hair did, where the back was longer and then like it was another layer up here. And that time in my hair journey was just like, I was like, oh, it's so ugly. Like, oh.
Yes, I was truly just like lost at that point.
But I just wanted to let it grow out. And then I decided to just dye it again.
Yeah.
Bleach it myself. But this time the damage was not really there.
Okay. Look at you.
I only did it once, I think, and I just used coconut oil. I actually soaked my hair in coconut oil. I did not wash it out, and then I put the bleach over it.
Nice.
To try to help.
Yeah.
So, which it worked. And so after that, it grew out, like my roots grew out and everything. So I wanted to keep it blonde. So I, tried to just do my roots. And then that's when I got this 2-tone blonde. And that was not it at all. It was so ugly. And at that point, my hair was just like damaged. Like you can just see it. Like, the roots were awful. And I let it grow back out, cut off the blonde, and then my hair just grew out longer, back down to here.
Yay.
Just super curly.
Yay.
Cool. Like,
we got to it.
Yeah. Yeah. We made it, guys. We made it out the dark.
For now.
For now. And so, let it grow back out. Then, of course, I got bored. And this was around the time that we met.
Oh yeah.
Is when I decided to go back to blonde.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But this time I got it done professionally.
Ooh, we're so proud.
Because one of my friends that I grew up with, her sister is a hairstylist.
Oh,
and
nice.
That's who I would go back to get my hair dyed. So it was blonde, it was cute, it was curly, it was healthy, and I loved it. I think blondes just look so good on me. I think that's my problem. I like it so much, and I get so many compliments, like other people love it, and like I'm just a blonde girl at heart.
I feel that. That's how I feel about my hair color now, because like I'm looking at my roots like, this is not me.
And so after that hairstyle, this was back in 2020, I guess. I decided, hey, I'm moving to a new city. I went from Kentucky to LA. So I was like, you know what?
Gotta do
The
it.
blonde is getting old. So I just decided to do another big chop. So I got it done professionally. Did the big chop, but instead of like all of it being the same length, I left the top of it a little bit longer.
Yo.
And the color was like a ginger type brown, which is super cute. I really like that color. So yeah, definitely like when I grow back out, and then I was like, you know what? I'm ready for blonde. I want to go back to blondes because I can't stick to one. I can't stick to one hairstyle for too long.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to get it done professionally, but you know, obviously my hairstylist was all the way in Tennessee. So I had to find a different hairstylist out here, which I was like, the reason why it took me so long to go to make this decision is because I was scared of someone else touching my hair. Because this was at the time where I was like loving my curls. Like I didn't.
It's so hard finding someone truly.
Yeah.
Yes, like they are not all the same.
No. And so I unfortunately picked a hairstylist that just didn't work with my curls well at all. And this was a hard time.
It was so sad.
This was very sad. And so she completely ruined my curls. And went back home, cried, and then my mom came home, cried some more. I didn't know what to do with it. My hair was just ruined.
It was terrible.
Ugh, it was
such
so
a sad time.
bad. It was very sad. But then this was last year. Actually.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
This was last summer.
We're back in the recent.
Very recent. Yeah. Like, I was doing good for a while. But
right. It was so good.
Of course, like, you know.
And it's so sad because you did everything right. You went to a professional. You had someone who said they could do it. And
now, she did give me almost a full refund.
Yeah,
because it was expensive. So she gave me almost a full refund.
That's right.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Because what? So you ruined my hair, lady.
Yeah. And so the next day, I went back to her to like talk to her more about it because like the damage was obvious. Like it didn't really seem like she did much to help avoid that.
Yeah. Like, how do you just make a mistake like that?
Yeah. Especially with like my curls, they're so sensitive. Like, it's just annoying. So I went back to talk to her about it. And she gave me like some products to try out and to use. And like she said, oh, you just give it time. Like your curls will bounce back if you just, you know, do this and this and that over like the next couple months. And I'm just thinking like, I can't wait a couple months for my curls to bounce back. Like I'm a model. I can't be like pulling my hair back every day. Like I wear it out all the time. You will rarely see me with my hair in a ponytail when it's long. Then I just made the quick decision to buy some clippers and cut it. Which was a great idea, actually. Because it was so cute. So yeah, I cut it myself, and I didn't shave it all the way down. Yeah. I was too scared of that at the moment. Yeah. So I just like cut it and with some clippers, and I did eventually, because I still wanted the blonde. Right. I still wanted the blonde. Right. Because I'm stubborn and that's just what I wanted. So I ended up dyeing it myself, which I probably should have done in the beginning. Because at least it would have been by my own hand.
Oh, right.
And at least I could have probably protected it better than she did. So yeah, I still ended up dyeing it blonde. Oh my gosh, I loved that little short era last year. It was just so cute. Ooh, it was like the sides were short and then like the top was up, and like I would like fluff it out and like gel it down. Got my baby hairs going. Oh my gosh, finger waves. I miss that. That is, ooh, I miss that look. I'm gonna like.
Is that what you're going back to? Like, is that what you're gonna try?
Yeah. So like I decided that my last shave for my head was like a couple days ago. Davion shaved it, and I was like, all right, this is my last time shaving it. After this, I'm gonna let it grow out.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I know, yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yes, I love it.
Yes, and so back to the story. When my roots started to grow out, I did, it was difficult, but I did try to like just get the roots bleached again. But then it's just like at that point, like I'm over bleaching some parts of it, and then like it's just hard getting those roots when your hair is so short. And so after that, I decided, this was back in December, for the new year, I decided to just shave it, cause like I was like seeing a little bit of damage from the bleach and stuff, and so I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna hit reset again.
Yes, again. Okay, because remember, you can always hit that reset button.
Yeah,
always.
And I was scared. I will say I was scared, but because you know, my head is big. Like I didn't know what my head shape was gonna be like, and so, but I just did it because. You know, I always thought about doing it, but I was always scared. Yeah. So I was like, you know what, my hair is already short. I might as well just do it now so I don't have to get that feeling of wanting to do it in the future. So I already got that fixed.
Yeah, and it's so powerful too, like shaving your head, because it's like I said, hair is such an important thing. And it's like, if you can get over not having hair, and like being the bad bitch about like, oh my gosh, you can do anything.
Yeah, especially since like there's a guy I was talking to last summer before I met Davion, and he loved my hair. Like he always said stuff like, oh no, don't ever cut your hair and this and that and blah blah blah. He sucked. But yeah, he did not, and he made it clear, like he did not want me to cut my hair ever. And at the time, I didn't know I was gonna do it, but I was just like, yeah, it's okay. Like I'm not gonna cut my hair. I'm just gonna get it dyed. Like it's fine.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So then when I did cut it, I was like, yes.
See,
in your face, literally. I look just as good.
Period. Okay. Yes.
It is a very power move.
Truly. Okay, one of the best.
Yeah, so I shaved it in December. This was right before New Year's. I was like, New Year, fresh cut, let's get it.
Truly. Hey.
So I shaved it and bleached it, and you know, I had my eyebrows bleached and everything, so.
Yes.
I was the it girl.
Yes. Love it.
And then, you guys know, more recently, I did a mention in one of our previous videos that I was just gonna go au natural. Ooh. So that's where we are now.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
So yeah,
love. Yeah, what a wild story, what a wild time. We're gonna have to keep track of how many times you did the whole bleach shave.
Oh, team too many.
Yes, absolutely love. Well, yeah, as you can see, people and their hair do some crazy stuff. Very important.
Yeah, and it's so funny. I just remembered, like, before I started, you know, before college, like back in high school, when it was just, you know, from heat damage, my hair was still long. Right. So, you know, I still wanted to express myself. And so I used to do these like humps in my hair.
Oh, yes.
I was that girl. And my hump was as high as the ceiling. It was so big, you will never see a bigger hump. And I have plenty of pictures of it.
Yes, please. That's so funny.
Yeah, and then there were times where I would do like a little faux hawk, so like brush up the sides and you like tease the top of it so it puffs out. I would do that kind of stuff.
That's cute.
And then like my freshman year, this was back then too. I went through like a little mini emo phase too. Like I wore a bunch of necklaces. This was back when silly bands were like popular. So I had a bunch of silly bands and like bracelets and had a bunch of chunky rings.
so funny.
I know, it was, oh my gosh, it was just something else. Like, who was I? Oh my
God. Okay. Look, it built us up to where we are today, okay?
Trust the process.
We ain't afraid to express ourselves now.
Yeah.
Except now we know what we're doing and it looks a little bit better.
For sure.
That is beautiful. Such a beautiful story. Such a beautiful journey.
Oh,
yeah.
So, yeah.
Ooh, well, let's see what's in store for each other's hair. Let's see what Quincy comes up with next, everyone. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I know you are. Oh, awesome. Well, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the pictures and everything. I think that's all that I have to talk about today.
Yes, that is everything for today.
Yeah, truly. Well, yes, thank you for tuning in, you guys. I hope you love this little, refresh video type thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't forget to like,
Comment,
share,
and subscribe.
Hey, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.